Greeks, they were joining us. Okay, this is apparently this month is the 5-planet alignment. So you can see, I forgot what planets they were, but you can see 5 of them this month. Obviously, you can't be out in the city; you have to be somewhere else. So that wasn't very helpful. What planets you'll see, but you can look that up. Yeah, that's it. Just basically tapping into the energies of that. So that means, yeah, definitely a new timeline. I know we're in this chaos timeline that, the Great Depression, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, $10 gas, which is going to happen in California, unfortunately. For at least maybe the summer or less. Yeah, it's just, they're really hitting us with everything they got. Yeah, the only thing they were missing is like they started throwing the kitchen sink at us, all of us. You just have these truckloads of kitchen sinks start throwing it at us. Might as well, right? They're throwing everything at us with the kitchen sink. Pretty much. I imagine there's other things they can come up with, but worldwide kitchen sink throwing at all humanity. I can really see that happening. Maybe not in this reality, but top one, Pleiadian energies, and I don't really put the aliens in the title that very often. Yeah, I do connect to them, and the moon matrix, basically how the moon manipulates our reality and the weather, and just basically tapping into the moon frequency, and just basically what comes from that overall. For the 5-planet alignment, I wasn't going to go too deep into it, but let's see here. Let's see if it says anything. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. The morning hours of Friday, which is today. So today is when it began. It happened in 2004, and the next time it'll happen is 2040. And June, I'm not sure if you want to know this, June 14th is the strawberry moon. That sounds pretty exciting. July 13th is the buck moon. That's okay. The beaver moon in November, the cold moon in December. The harvest moon in September 10th. That's the only moon I'm aware of. And I had enough of that. So, for some of you that are tapping into higher dimensional energies and getting energy attacks, because I have a short book coming out soon about Adam and Eve. It's like an alternative version of it, but that's not what this is about. So I'm working on the next. It's like different books. Book 2 is coming. Well, that will be a while, but I'm working on book 2, but connected to higher dimensional beings in the millionth dimension, and they're messing. And I saw them messing with us, and I kept sneezing when I was tapping into it. Gee, I wonder. They would never do a thing like that. What about all this about raising your vibration to the higher frequencies and realizing there's a lot of manipulators there also? There's good beings there, but also manipulator beings there too. So every dimension you go, 4th, 5th, 6th, a millionth dimension, a trillionth dimension, there's a dimension for everything. It's always going to be a light and dark to everything. So this whole thing about going into the higher dimensions, the earth, which is nothing wrong with that, but obviously you don't see the physical world nudging. If we're supposed to go into this high vibrational earth, obviously we are bringing your positive energies here, and eventually society will, well, maybe in the next 5,000 years or 10,000 years, it'll start evolving. Because I don't see a lot of that right now. Well, even our lifetime, possibly, you'll see this new age movement starts to open up and take a little bit more risks instead of playing it safe all the time, like it used to. It used to, look at both sides, light and dark, and just look at the more bizarre stuff. Right now, the mainstream new age movement is not doing any of that. At least the paranormal media, like the radio show, stuff like that. I mean, I hear about Secret Space Program, but the mainstream is not really going into anything. I don't think, not really. It's getting more fluffy. It's getting more pillowy. It's getting more nowhere. I don't think it's going to last forever. I don't know when that's going to change, but yeah. I don't know how humanity is going to evolve. I mean, obviously, certain people, individuals will find they're involved, but I don't know. If you want to go on a deeper level, it's not happening mainstream, obviously. It's going the opposite way. Well, it's just very slow. Like grass growing slow, probably slower than that, but there's nothing wrong with that. But the others that want to evolve faster, and of course, healing that energy of those that are holding on. Like, another thing why this world is so cluttered is people that don't want to let go of this world. Like, you've done your mission accomplished. You don't need to be here anymore, and they're here for like another 20 years. And it's like, I mean, yeah, you can extend your life here, but this world is not designed for you to be here forever. So, and heal that energy, heal the mourning energy of people leaving, and they're out in a better place. Well, not to say that higher dimensions is always a better place. I mean, I can see why people mourn when people die. It's like, I'm sorry I had to go to the higher dimensions. There's a lot of lunatics there. Of course, they're here too. They're everywhere. It's like you go into the spirit world and there's a nice area, but then there's another area where everyone's a psycho. It's like, great. So obviously you can move from that. Yeah, I'm not going to reptilians, but it's like, great. So yeah, you can say that's a part of the morning. It's like, oh, I have to go back into spirit and see everything. You don't just you see light and dark, you see everything. You see mosquito beings trying to take over the world. You see positive beings, of course, too. You see whatever it is, whatever you need to see. But obviously, when you transition to the spirit realm, usually it's pretty decent, but it all depends on who you are. So many people are afraid of dying, like they go into the light and all that. But when you get past all that, is because as you get ready to cross over, you feel, they talk to you. You have a conversation. You might have a conversation with spirit realm for like 10 years before you're ready to cross over. You just feel it. So, you're already building a relationship there. And of course, some people here in the physical, they're just completely shut off. Yeah, they can just detour. It's like, because they're afraid of everything. Spirit, I can see that. I mean, they might be talking to a bunch of reptilian beings or whatever it is, insectoid beings, whoever it might be. There's a lot of things to figure out. Well, when you're not tapping into this stuff very often, I mean, when you're tapping into stuff all the time, you can figure it out eventually. But irregular people are not going to be able to tap into any of them. Well, they have angels helping them, so they'll find their way there eventually. Yeah, it might be a detour in spirit. Well, you're gonna live forever, so it's just a detour. That's all. You'll find your way out eventually. Yeah. Anyway, there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, that's why you go into spiritual development, healing. There's nothing to worry about when you cross over. Obviously, you might see just insanity. Not that we're not seeing that here. Yeah, this month, I don't know. This month is a transition month. I don't know. They're keeping a lot of stuff hidden this month, just like last month. they're not revealing a whole lot of like but in the past I get a better vibe of it. This month they're just so I would expect some screwed up agendas during this month. What's in it, right? They had the school shooting here. That was pretty bad, and they're just working on other ideas. So, yeah, they're not done with us yet. When are they going to take a vacation and leave us alone? Let gas prices go back to what they used to. Just they can just go away. Start throwing. Just maybe when Biden goes on talks to a wall or something for a couple months. Thinks he's talking to his kids or something like that. I don't know. I haven't told that comment for sessions. Got a schedule. We have a shop here on the 15th. Oh, a cat just showed up finally. Of course, it's off camera. Same situation here. I'm in the middle of May. Same situation. A webinar. Social network behind the scenes. And there you go. She's back. Fritzy was here, but then she ran off. So there you go. We have company finally. It's been pretty quiet here. Yeah, she's going to get her teeth cleaned. So she's not too thrilled about that. Yeah, she's going to start hating me Monday. So, okay. All right, got entertainment in the background. Okay, so the 5-planet alignment, energy, of course, obviously, drama sells. I don't have any drama today. I'll try to stay away from it. There's something else I can't remember. Anyway. All right, we'll go into apply 5-planet alignment, tall blondes, and then the moon matrix. And yeah, so there's some of you that are tapping into higher dimensions, and you feel like it's not all cake and ice cream as people say it is, which it's not. We literally feel higher dimensional beings like treating us like puppets, basically. And I kept sneezing, and I know that they're doing it. I mean, it could have been a race or something while I was typing, I was tapping into, I was writing it down. They could have just, that didn't feel right. No, it feels right. They're abusing their power. A lot of higher dimensional beings are abusing their power. And I mean, how would you know that? That's not part of everyday conversation. It's about sports, the movies, entertainment, how much politics sucks, gas prices. It's not about how corrupt the spirit world really is. There's good sides to it, and there's a lot of corruption. It's like maybe 5% good, and the rest is not good. It's bad. It's really bad. I know it's. They say it's not. It is. They're not going to accept it. I mean, if you're a spirit being and somebody asks you that, what are they going to say? They're going to say, "We're fine." How would we know? I mean, I never got any like energy to say that I was wrong. I mean, obviously, some might say that, but I don't believe them. I feel some of their energy. Yeah, you can't trust those beings. Their truth hurts. Yeah, it's pretty messed up in the spirit realm. I mean, some are just not ready to see it. It's like the queen, the royalty, the jubilee. That's just, I mean, if you want to be controlled, you got it. If you want to be outside that control, you're a heretic. Would you rather be a heretic and be burned at stake, or you'd rather be just controlled forever, eons, thousands of years? Go for it. What kind of life is that? So whatever. Just the way it goes. All right. Blessings going to have. I'm not sure what we're going to tap into for this astral realm. Something like that. All right. Okay. Blessings. Greetings to you. We are, yes, the ninth dimensional beings that were here, yes, last week. Greetings to you. There, many of you do tap into these other planets, these planet alignments. You tap into, you're all from yes, you're from many worlds. But you have Venus, Mars, Mercury. Not all of you have incarnations on those worlds, but many of you do have connections to them. Pluto, you can say, is kind of like at one time a Death Star type of planet. It has been used against society, and the resources were depleted. So it was a very good being, a good planet at one time, then attacked and it lost its frequency and became, kind of a weapon for a while because the resources are being depleted from it. This is up to you to tap into those energies. As the alien energies get stronger with the Earth, as more of you accept it, yes, the world is going to get very, very real when it comes to higher dimensional connections. Obviously, it's not going to happen quickly, but some of you are going to start feeling like I feel more alien energies around me than I've ever felt before, and that's it's your spirit team basically. So yes, the alien beings do stay out of your energy field. I mean, they're there, but they do stay quiet. They let you do your thing, but they're assisting. Most of your spirit guides are alien vibrations. They're doing all they can to assist. Obviously, your astral isn't always going to make itself the clearest. Well, because if you're tuned into your astral all the time, being human would be practically impossible. So, like, first off, if you're saying, is that really happening in astral? And yes, it is. A great deal. It's like having the car stereo on very loud and like a million different realities are hitting you at once. It can be quite intense. Astrally, you can handle it. Human wise, no. Now you can tap into some levels of it, what's needed, but there's like a whole nother reality there, as many of you know, and how much detail do you really need here? I mean, are you getting from A to B in your life? Are you getting to the post office all right? Are you combing your hair okay? That's what matters, really. The astral, I mean, it matters to a certain level, but if you're not remembering, it's not the end of the world. Are you getting up okay? Is your back all right? Is your mind working properly? Those are important things. If someone goes chaotic around you and you stay calm during it, that's a good thing. Well, that you're not being triggered by it. Yes, because you're coming to a time where people are being triggered, as you can see, through the economies, through the gas price energies. They're trying everything they can to drive people crazy. And many of you are staying calm through all this. Yes, you might be a little bit nervous, which is normal, but overall, you're just not worried about it. And that's going to continue on. The less you're worried about it, be surprised how confident you can feel. But that shows that these beings that are causing you difficulties on your world are a little bit scared because some of you aren't scared. They don't like that. So you can say some are impressed, but a lot of them they want to dig it to you. They want you to make you feel, they're driving you nuts with all this propaganda that they're pulling off the shelf. And and you wonder what you're doing in astral. You see the agendas, all of them, the gas prices agenda, the economy agenda. You see it all astrally, and the virus agendas and so on. But you don't always need it. Just in your intuition, you tap into what you need here because it can be a little bit overwhelming. All these agendas have timelines that are in astral that goes on forever, you can say. Well, they pull like the gas prices energy. They pull that reality in here, and you're here to, you can say, kick it out eventually. We realize also when your pandemic all of a sudden conveniently turned itself off, that has to do with the astral realms, what was happening there. But normally it would last for a couple more years. And technically it is in the background, as some of you know. So for the 5-planet alignment energy, that is a good thing, but also the chaotic energies from those planets will come in. Those planets have not been healed. Just because Saturn is at a higher frequency and Uranus is, and Mercury, they all have difficulties, all have issues, but they can handle the Earth's frequency. They're like guardians of the Earth to a certain level. Of course, Saturn causes all kinds of difficulties here. But some of you have, yes, your conflict with Saturn. It's quite understood. Nobody's judging you for that one. But yes, it's like, oh, my mother's this, my parents are that. Yes, Saturn beings are, yes, quite vicious. They can be worse than a reptilian being. Why? I mean, they do it so gracefully. And some of them are prison guards or judges. Usually it's a prison guard too. Usually, then again, prison guards are pretty decent overall, but some are can be really draconian, very just cause you more trouble than is necessary. So the healing of your planet. Well, as you become, yes, you are curious about the mysteries of the earth. Yes, it is very discouraging because most of society just looks away. But basically, this is esoteric learning. As you go deep into all of this, it's esoteric learning. It's nothing to be worried about. It's mysterious. Your rest of your world's like, well, I don't think so. But some of you have to follow your soul's journey. And there's nothing to worry about. It's like you're going into a cave, but it's like, you know what? I'm going to go there. I know I'm going to find something. And that's what you're doing right now with your own journeys. It's like you're going into places that your friends, like, I don't think so. And then they pull back and that's fine. But maybe you're going deeper into yourself or, yeah, you're not going to be the same person, but you are being what you are here to be, which is very important. Blessings. Greetings. We are the Pleiadians. We are the tall blondes. We are more of a collective frequency. Yes, we are. Yes, even this world can be over our heads of how to deal with it. That's why I have all these galactic beings around. Not all of us are talking to each other either. Because a lot of alien beings get pulled by Earth's, low frequencies and become once a friendly being is now not so friendly, as some of you have dealt with here. So they're still in the fourth dimension. They're just not exactly a friendly fourth dimensional being. So that's some of you feel that too. So you have your spirit team, and you're doing you don't always aware of who they are, but in the physical you're doing great and everything's fine. You have enough energy, you can go, and all of a sudden you feel like your energies have shifted. It's like, I just lost my direction for some reason. So some in your spirit team most likely were compromised in some form or another, attacked, or whatever it might be. And so those that are protecting you had, some interference. So that is part of it. Or you just got an energy attack from somebody that just doesn't like you. There's different ways of looking at it. But a lot of times just your spirit team gets attacked. And of course it's an attack on you, but they hit them. They can't get to you, so they hit them. I mean, they're trying to get to you, but they can't always do that. Certain people can. A physical person can get to you pretty easily because they're here physically. Alien beings, not so much. So they go after your spirit energies that are around you. So more of that will come more quickly. You realize many are becoming bewildered, lost, like, wow, I saw a line this week and last week and this week, I'm just can't get it together. So there's a lot happening around you. Be surprised there's like 1,000 type of scenarios that can be happening around you. It's can be quite overwhelming. Well, you're here to unlock your earth. And obviously there are beings around the universe that felt complacent. It's like, oh, that world will never awaken. And then they see some of you opening up your realities more. And some of them you can say some alien beings are kind of afraid that you'll discover them because they're having a good time manipulating your world. That's a comfort zone there. Those that are very service to self. And you can visualize it. Yeah, you believe more of your visuals. Yes, there might be like a swamp type of being from the Black Lagoon manipulating around. But some of those beings are the nicest beings ever, but some are manipulators. So there's all these different ways of looking at things. So, trusting what you see in your mind, you don't have to trust it, but you can keep making note of it at least. I was like, wow, I just saw like a squirrel being that looks like a psychotic trying to manipulate my energy field, for example. So, and some of you might not remember anything, and maybe that's for the best. So, yeah, getting through your day, through your week, many beings are trying to knock your day down, knock your, just your human self down. Because many of you are so, as you go to your galactics, you feel space, you feel ships, you feel all or angelic energies, you feel all these angels, you feel all of this. You feel a lot more going on in the physical. In the physical realm, you get up, you go to work, you do the dishes, whatever it is, the clothes, whatever. And it's like there's gotta be more to this, and there is. But these little details in life do matter. It's like it's and these beings that are manipulating your reality know that your history, like you're a part of Star Command or something, and you're just washing clothes. It's like, is this all there is to this? So, but as you start remembering who you are on a higher level, uh, these things still matter here in the physical. They're just trying to derail you. They're trying to just trigger people. Yeah, they can only last so long, but obviously, most of your population is unaware of all of this. That would make things easier, but of course, nothing's easy. So the idea is to keep yourself aligned, which is not easy, especially as you go deeper into all of this. You can remember less, and you just it's like you're walking into a tornado. You're going through your awakening. Now you can't remember your dreams. You can't, certain things you could do before and you can't remember. You'd be surprised actually how far you're going. Is this some of your powers get shut off because those are ways for you to be attacked? Like you can be attacked in astral. You might feel tired in the morning, but you don't remember what happened in the astral. A lot of times for the best. You might say, "Oh man, I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm having trouble getting up." That's if that's all you're going through, that's good. Because if you saw what was happening, like you get shot by a gamma ray or whatever it might be, or some difficulties with Men in Black, your mind will be on that all day, and that'll take you out of living the physical reality. So a lot of this is removed just for your well-being to get you from point A to point B to just live the normal human life. Obviously, many of you's like, I deserve better and all, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with connecting to your higher, realities. You realize, a lot of it's kept out so it's not too much of a distraction. So you can always connect to whatever you like. That's fine. It's just a lot of it's kept out just for you to survive this reality. Greetings to you. Greetings, we are the consciousness of the moon. The moon, you can say the moon is like a supercomputer. Now, I realize we're coming from a neutral point of view for you. Yes, it has a lot to do with the weather because the weather is used against humanity. You imagine a world without weather, like everything is still. I mean, yes, it's at a level where it's comfortable, but you don't have to worry about tornadoes, rain, snow, nothing. And you're just at a calm. You can make it snow if you want to, but usually it'll be like a nice snow or a nice rain instead of like an agenda rain or a tornado with a bunch of agendas connected to that. So basically, you're going to Earth where it is still, but also it's quiet, but also where you can think clearly. Because many can't think clearly because of the weather weapons which has been going on for thousands of years. And the moon has been a projectile of a lot of this. So yes, a moon base, there's many different dimensions of your moon. So your moon's here in a physical realm, but there's other dimensions attached to it that where a lot of your alien beings are stored. Of course, when you go to the moon, nobody's there for the most part, but some beings might show up because they don't want humans to clutter the energy of the moon. They want it the way it is because, the less clutter, the more they have a control over it. Because it's like a beacon. It's like a satellite. It is a satellite. And when you have a satellite that's cluttered, it can't broadcast its message the way it is. So even like the energy, the weather, cannons that are used for starting fires and things like that, they bring it from another reality. They cause difficulties on your world and then it disappears. So and the aliens do show up around your cameras and all of that, out in space, the ISIS of, they can't help themselves. And some of them can't keep themselves cloaked either. Well, especially when you're dealing with a lot of stress and war, you're not thinking about cloaking yourself, thinking about getting yourself out of that situation. So there are timelines where your moon is removed from your earth. Obviously, society has to be at a level where it can handle that, and where your vibration is where you're using your energy to remove the manipulations of your moon. Basically, your moon can be deactivated. And yes, your world will be a different place, but basically humanity has to be at a level where it can be. Obviously, your aliens can help with that too. But the moon is very much on at this point. You can say it's more like 50% on at this time, not at full capacity. But it is at enough where it's, causing humans to stay unawake. It's part of the amnesia spell. There's many spells here, but much of it has to do it. And of course, those that are in your media, some people are being absorbed, like with the paranormal media. Some of them are being assembled into the brainwashing, as you can see. So they're not willing to go deeper into all this. Even if people don't believe it, they don't want the mic out there. But that will change. Stories about your moon, a deeper look as more of a collective can actually connect to the moon and change the frequencies instead of just knowing about it. You'll be able to heal the energies of your earth, where a lot of these challenges don't have to be here as they are today. Of course, there's agendas. All your agendas have like a name to it. They're not going to show the name here, but there are names attached to them, like code names of, for especially families causing difficulties with themselves. A lot of that's the Anunnaki causing that. Anunnaki just know how to cause trouble in the family because they're dealing with their own problems with their family, so they haven't quite figured that out yet. Of course, a lot of your royalty races some of it is Pleiadian connected for some of your royalty families, but some of them is reptilian. It's a little bit of both. It's a mixture of Pleiadian and reptilian Anunnaki, but usually it's Pleiadian and Anunnaki that are still controlling each other. You see it with the royal family, with the Queen of England, the two, the William and the other one, the redhead. We can't think of it. But either way, that shows there's different alien families there, where the divide is. Different agendas. Doesn't mean it's best for you. Doesn't mean either agenda is better. One is trying to deprogram itself, not doing the best of job, but doing their best. But it's still the royalty energy. So if you're a true rebel of the royalty families, you would just give up all of it. Yes, you go somewhere and be poor. Well, decently living, but you don't need a mansion. You don't need any of those things. So it shows there's still agendas going on. if you really care about the common man, you can connect to the common man and still make some kind of a living, of course. Of course, they'll have to have security, but not always. They don't even need security anymore, depending on the situation. You might need security at first, but over time, people are going to forget about them. So you can be a person of royalty, from the Queen of England and live a decent life, probably even better. You'll still live a strange life because you're part of that alien DNA. So, you're going to be kind of screwed up. Yeah, you're not going to think they're normal like everybody else. I believe we've that's all we can say about that.